how to deal with mind, how to deal with fear, how to deal with anxiety, how to build a stronger immune system. So there are so many different aspects of even a simple thing like this. Well, it's not a simple thing. The whole world is on a standstill still now. And all these live talks that we have been documenting, recording, and making it available on different social media like Facebook and YouTube will be a historic record for maybe few decades later, like when we try to investigate what happened during the year 2020 when there is this coronavirus or COVID-19 was going around. So people would like to know about what people are thinking about, what are the predominant thoughts, and what people are doing to come out of this. So we are still in that danger mode, and particularly the United States has been a real-time victim for this all-time high number of casualties and infections. Risk is still there. So we need to follow all the rules and regulations that is said to us by a respective government, by different official administrations. So let's do that. And while we are doing all these precautionary measures, we also have to do something to pep up our mind, to pep up our own life, so that we can take care of our health, sanity, confidence, happiness, all the different things associated with our own self-efficacy, self-responsibility. So let's talk about something that a couple of our friends have been asking on the social media. When we talk about the spiritual development, or we talk about becoming an expert in something, or reaching out to some kind of advancement of your skills, is it necessary to have a guru in your life? So today we'll discuss about what is the meaning of guru. Is it essential to stick to one guru all your life, or is it okay to change your gurus in between? And what is the equivalent of the ancient guru concept to the modern concept, and how we should aspire to be the best version of our own self, knowing that everybody will have some problem or other, and knowing that somebody at any given point of time will have it deeper knowledge about it, more confidence about it. So by going to that person, hopefully you will get some guidance. So with all those pointers, let's start the topic with the concept of a guru. So if you think about, a guru is a Sanskrit word, but I think it has been well adapted to English. People all over the world will understand what guru means, like the word mantra, like the word pandit. So there are certain words, any ancient Sanskrit words, they have been adapted by the English language and other languages. So the guru comes from the original word called gu and ru. Ru is darkness. Like the aspect of guru comes from somebody who, or something who has got the power to take someone out from the darkness into light. And the darkness is not just the physical darkness. The darkness means ignorance, avidya, lack of knowledge, lack of confidence, lack of self-assured nature. So there are so many aspects of the darkness here. Its metaphorical meaning of darkness means lack of knowledge. So think about a real guru. He takes the darkness out and puts light. And if you go a little more deeper, actually the light is not thrown on top of it. Only the darkness is removed. That means the light was already there. What the guru does is take the ignorance out, take the darkness out, take those things which are prohibiting the inherent brightness. For example, if you look at a raw diamond, the raw diamond has its brightness, shining quality all hidden inside. So if you wash it cleanly, if you polish it well by building up those different phases, then definitely you can see that a diamond becomes more sparkling. It shines forth. The goldsmith or someone who knows the art of polishing the diamond, that person has only increased a superficial value by removing the darkness, by removing the dirt around and polished it. So likewise, every individual like you and me have the potential inside. A guru has the power or experience to remove the lack of confidence part, something that we are doubtful about it, something that we are not sure about it. So by removing all those ignorance aspect of it, automatically what remains is a very brilliant personality that we all are. If you look at the word education, that also means the same thing. Education comes from a Greek word called educere. Educere means not to stuff forth something, but to take out. Similar concept. Just like the guru takes out the darkness and brings light. Now think about what has the power in this universe, in this world, to remove the darkness. Yes, you're right. The sun. The sun in the solar system has the power to remove the darkness of the night. So every night we have darkness when the sun goes to the other side, and every day when the sun rises, it removes the darkness and the brightness comes to the planet Earth. And the same thing happens with us. When we wake up, all the different cells, they start activating themselves and they start working more and more, and then our brain also functions better, and then we see the light around it, and we become more aware of ourselves and aware of all the different rules, regulations, different things that is there in our memory, and it comes back to a working condition, and we become lighten up, we become brighter from within. So from those point of view, the teacher that I was getting coached, so-called my guru, he said that the sun is the guru for everyone. So there are multiple instances in the yoga and Vedanta that talk about, in one of the concept, Lord Krishna talks about your mind is your own guru. But you have to really purify your mind to that extent. Otherwise, a mind which is not stable, a mind which is not clean and clear, a mind which is not confident, that mind cannot be your guru. You have to prepare it to make it your guru. What we have, how to awaken the inner coach or inner guru or ignite that guru within. So there are certain procedures for that. There are certain tools and techniques that you need to learn and practice more and more to be able to rely on your own mind. But until that time, you definitely need someone in your life who can help. But that doesn't mean that you stick to one guru all the time. I have changed many gurus in my life. Because if you think about, if you want to learn different subjects, obviously if you go to one professor who is an expert in chemistry, and if you ask him questions about nuclear physics or quantum mechanics, of course that person will not be able to teach you to the extent that you are eager about, right? So in order to learn quantum mechanics, you have to go to an expert of quantum mechanics. So he is the guru of quantum mechanics. In order to learn something about astronomy, you have to go to a professor of astronomy. You want to learn something more about earth science, you have to go to the professor of earth science. So likewise, we go to different departments, we do multiple PhDs or multiple master's degree to learn in-depth knowledge about different aspects. So obviously you are changing your gurus in that point of view. So likewise, different aspects of spirituality also is there. Like one guru may not be able to answer all your questions. So you need to find out, a guru may be an expert in breathing techniques, a guru may be expert in hypnosis, a guru may be experts in past life regression therapy, a guru may be experts in different meditation techniques. So obviously you have to find out who is an expert in a particular field that you are interested in, and then you have to go to that person. And in fact, the practice that I follow, I always consider the sun is the guru, definitely, and also in a different way, we call it a concept of Guru Mandala. That means the combined effort and knowledge put together into a realm of light. So when you look at that Guru Mandala or the realm of brightness or the knowledge, you obviously cannot differentiate from which guru that knowledge has gone in. I often give an example. Say, for example, if you look at the clouds, how the clouds get formed? With the evaporation of the water from different water bodies. Like rivers are flowing, waterfalls may be there, lakes and ponds and oceans and rivers, all the different water bodies that we have in this planet. So when they get heated up by the sun, so the evaporation happens, they become steam and then goes up to the cloud. So by looking at a cloud in the sky, you probably cannot determine which water gave rise to that cloud, isn't it? It will be very difficult because the clouds are moving. So by looking at the cloud, you cannot identify what is the source, which water body made that cloud. Likewise, by looking at the brightness, the knowledge in the whole system, you cannot find out what Guru has contributed, what knowledge. And for years and years, for billions of years, for millions of years, whatever time that you consider, human beings have been contributing this knowledge to the whole Guru Mandala or the realm of knowledge. I mean, a very simple way of understanding this concept is look at how the cloud system, how the internet, how the Google as a company has been able to get all the knowledge from all over the world and then put them in the cloud so that you can search with your device like a smartphone or a laptop or a computer, and then you can access those information. So likewise, in a modern world, we call the Google itself is the Guru, isn't it? Like any time that you ask something, you can find, and of course you have to use your own judgment and find out a little bit more research to understand what is real and what is not real. There will be fake knowledge also, so you have to do your own due diligence to find out what is appropriate for you. But otherwise, the Google and the Guru concept are the similar concept of Guru Mandala, where the whole knowledge system is already available by contribution and collaboration with many individuals like us, not only in this life, for thousands and thousands of years. And that is why now it's very difficult, because to identify what is an original idea. Sometimes I think about a particular idea way before, like somebody I see that it's already been implemented. I think about something originally, I did not refer to anything, but I find that somebody else is already talking about it. So all the time until I knew that the person is talking about it, I was under the impression that's my original idea. So it's very difficult right now as you move forward to talk about what is that original idea, because everybody is doing their own work and then dumping it to this whole ocean of knowledge or the clouds of knowledge in terms of billions and billions of YouTube videos and podcasts and blogs and all these things. So it's very difficult to find out the originality of ideas these days. And as we grow more and more, I think we have to really believe in the spiritual system that we talk about, that there is only one consciousness. There is only one consciousness that we all share. And whatever knowledge that I am saying right now, you already know about it. One way to relate this is the consciousness that is making me able to speak. And the same consciousness is also allowing you to listen to this. So if we take that common denominator of the common consciousness that we all are empowered with, we are already knowing everything. Right? So you're already a piece of diamond. So all my work is doing is polishing you, taking out some stuff out and giving you that power back to you. And that is what the real role of a master or a guide or an expert or a coach or transformational coach is all about in the modern life. So the answer is, of course, I believe that you can change your gurus. Sun being the guru, the God being the guru, your mind being the guru, the Gurudam concept, the Google concept, the knowledge of the Guru Mandala, all this pertain to one point, that a seeker definitely has all the rights and privileges to seek the knowledge from multiple sources of knowledge or multiple gurus. And this tradition is the modern concept. We don't have to really confine, but of course we have to give the due respect to a guru or a teacher. You must be loyal to that guru. And in fact, in one of the ancient shloka, it talks about a real guru should not have any kind of jealousy about her or his disciple. A real guru should be proud at that moment when her or his disciple excels himself or herself. That means if the student is able to excel the teacher should be proud of that, not jealous about it. Right? A true guru. In fact, I would like to point out what is the real definition of a guru from an ancient scripture. Let me just read it for you. One of the sloka we talk about in the practice of Sri Guru Puja, we try to worship the Guru Mandala or the realm of knowledge or the personalities, the concepts, the principles of the Guru. Let me just share that with you. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitham Gagana Sadrusham Tattvam Asyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let me explain the meaning of that. A real guru has the following qualities. He experiences the supreme bliss of Brahmanda, the transcendental divine bliss. He enjoys and confers the changeless supreme happiness. He is beyond space and time. There is nothing higher than him. He is the embodiment of wisdom, which is the basis of all types of knowledge. He transcends the pair of opposites, such as happiness and sorrow, gain and loss. He is more omnipresent than the space itself. He is the very embodiment of the divine principle, which is the inner meaning of the four great pronouncements: Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvam Asi, and I am Atma Brahma. He is one without second, Ekam. He never changes under any circumstances, Nityam. He is without any type of impurity, Vimalam. He is steady and motionless, Achalam. He is the witness of everything. He transcends the mental comprehension and the verbal explanation. He is beyond the three gunas, the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. And we offer our humble salutations to such a guru who possesses all these qualities. So obviously, when he talks about a guru like this, it will be as powerful as your own mind, as powerful as what you call your higher self, your personality, your being, that supreme divine intelligence, isn't it? So that is why we have to really consider about the real aspect of guru and find out how we can find such a guru, an expertise in the field that we're interested in, and then be honest about that, and then try to be as detail oriented as possible by asking questions with due respect, understanding the offerings that we go, and also understand the limitations of that particular person, because we all are human beings. So we have to have that compassionate attitude to deal with the teacher, just like we do it in universities, with a guru also in a spiritual dimension. And then you, our own conscience, use your own meditation practice to discover the truth by ourselves. Let me just illustrate, what in the modern world an expert coaching means, and what a guru, why a guru is needed. Because if you look at an expert, like if you want to identify somebody who can make a good judgment about the problem that you may have, or a physical condition or a disease you may have, you may want to consult somebody in, say, Stanford University, like a doctor who has got 40-45 years experience in, suppose, neurology or some kind of a brain disease. So obviously when you go to that person, that person's experience counts. That person has dealt with this kind of problem thousands of times, and then he has done the surgery, he has known about this problem. So obviously he will be the best person to give you an expert counseling. Having said that, there could be also instances where the same person also makes a mistake. His diagnosis is not accurate. And it may also happen sometimes that you go to many different doctors, but still they will not be able to do the proper diagnosis in a case like, something which is very different or a rare case. And in fact, I know a friend of mine who has been having some problem, but that person has gone to many doctors in last 10 years time, and nobody has been able to find out the root cause of that problem. In fact, that person is all eager to write everything, the entire experience, in the form of a book to contribute to the world what it means when it comes to diagnosis, even using the medical science. So there could be many different variations of this expertise. or the teacher. Let me just illustrate one quick story. So it so happened that one little boy, maybe 12-year-old or 15-year-old boy in Japan, he wanted to learn Taekwondo. And he was in search of a master or a guru. And after some research, he found out about one person who is an expert, who is considered as the number one teacher in his entire province. And he goes there, he takes an appointment, goes there, and requests earnestly to the teacher, "Hey master, can you just look at me and then tell me if I could learn Taekwondo in my life?" So the teacher sincerely looks at him for some time, and after little thinking, he said that, "Yes, my dear, you will become one of the finest Taekwondo practitioner in the world. I have studied you with my expertise. If you follow me, what I'm saying, you will be the number one champion." And this person, this student, laughs at it. Like, how can you say that? From the birth itself, I don't have my left arm. And how can I learn Taekwondo? He said that you have done your research, due diligence, and you come to me. Now you have to trust me as your teacher, as your master. Leave everything to me. Just do what I am asking you to do. And the student said, like, okay, definitely, I've got a great desire for my life. I want to learn this, so I will listen to everything that you say. So please tell me what I have to do. And then the teacher says, like, for another 6 months, you do certain exercise. Just do certain exercise that I am guiding you to make your body a little bit more stronger. And come back after 6 months. I'll teach you something spectacular. So the student is very sincere. He does everything what the teacher said, makes a little bit more body, gains a little bit weight, and builds up more strength and stamina, and comes back after 6 months to this master. And then master said, "Well, that's very good. You've been a very sincere student. Let me teach you one very important routine of this Taekwondo." And he teaches him something spectacular, something interesting. And then he said that, "Yes, you go back your home and then practice for 3 more months to be an expert in this technique alone. No confusion, only this technique you practice and become an expert for another 3 months." And he does 4 or 5 times a day, practices everything that is required, and he comes back after 3 months and then very eagerly requests the teacher, "Yes, teacher, take my test, and then if you're satisfied with my practice, please teach me more. I want to be the best Taekwondo student." And then the teachers, found out that he has really mastered this technique. And he said that, like, "No, my dear, now you don't need anything else. I have in fact considered you to be a competitor in the tournament that is coming up next week. And you have to compete with somebody who has already been a champion Taekwondo at an Olympic level for last 10 years. And you have to fight with him." And then this student, he just questions, like, "How is it possible, sir? I just knew only one routine, and how could I fight with that person?" "Don't worry about that. I have only told you one thing, and just focus on that. Leave everything to me. I'm your teacher, I'm your master, I'm your guide, I'm your guru. Just believe me, trust me." And then this person says, "Okay, boss, whatever you say." And then the time comes, the first day of the tournament is a simple technique, simple tournament. Then he wins that, to his surprise. Then he goes to semi-final or a quarter-final, then semi-final. And he still becomes very doubtful, like, "Master, tell me, like, I'm feeling so nervous. This person who I'm fighting with is having everything. He has got a strong body, he has got both the arms, he has got experience, he's so strong and so bigger than me. How could I win him in the final?" He said, "Look, you have already been winning 4 or 5 tournaments already. All you do is to apply the same technique I have told you. Why do you doubt?" So final day comes, and then this student wins the game, to his utter surprise. He's astonished. He thinks like something miracle happening. How could I win this person? And then when everything happened, all the ceremony happened over, and then they were walking back to their school, and on the way the student fell on his feet, his teacher's feet, and tell me what is the secret? How did I win this game? tell me the secret, please. And then this teacher reveals the secret. He says that, look, first of all, you are a very sincere student. Whatever I have asked you, you have done that. You have gone beyond, over and beyond, to be the expert of that particular movement, which is a very, very tough movement, which is a very tough routine, and you have mastered that. I don't think anybody in the world who has an expertise more like you on that particular technique. And guess what? Whatever technique that I have taught you, your opponent, the antidote for your opponent to defeat you on that particular move is to grab your left arm. So your opponent has to grab your left arm to put it down. But you don't have your left arm. See? Then you cannot be defeated by anybody. You are invincible. There is no defeat for you. That's why you've been winning. So look, friends, this is a story that tells us this expert guide, the expert coach, the guru, the master, he knew exactly where this person's strength lies. And every one of us has strength one way or other. Even some people who come to our clinic having autism, Asperger's syndrome, we motivate them. Maybe there is something substantial inside you which is very uniquely given to you. And if you believe that, if you bring that up, you be an expert. So you have to build that self-esteem. You have to learn what is that uniqueness that I have. What have I, my ultimate purpose? And a real teacher, a guru, can find you and can establish the deeper confidence inside you. That's why you have to find a teacher, an expert, who can build you up, not break you apart. A teacher gives you that confidence with his or her experience. And that is like installing the software into the hardware. And if the installation is properly done, obviously there will be no malfunction, right? So until that goal is really established inside you, into every cell of your being, that confidence is installed, you will not get the result that you're expecting. So that is why I always tell that take your time to find a guru, and once you find a guru, stick to him or her for some time and learn the basic, learn the confidence and practice yourself. When you do the daily deliberate practice with the right mental representations, as doctrine about this wonderful book that I was reading, the book called Peak, P-E-A-K, Peak Performance, about Eric Anderson. He gives two examples. He gives one example of a person who can remember about 82 words in a given point of time. And that's the max that he could do after about 200 different sessions. But after that, another boy comes, learns from his experience, and then with expert coaching, he could remember 130 words or 130 numbers at the same time. So he says that there is an importance of expert coaching. So we are already brilliant. We just need someone who can remove the curtain over it and help us to show our brightness to the world. So with that insight, friends, let's bring back our palms together. Remind yourself of your goal towards total health, true happiness, protection, or building a stronger immune system.